Hey guys, it's Paul from Ashen. It is new comic book day for the week of September 6th, and we're going to get started right now.
Hey guys, Tim from the comic book store in Scoundrels, and we're going to get started. I'm going to tell you about the trades that came out this week. We have Volume 1 of Iron Fist, probably better than the Netflix show. We've got Throwaways, Volume 2. I don't know anything about it, but that cover's pretty sweet. We have Volume 5 of Manifest Destiny. This is that story about Lewis and Clark go out to the West, and they find monsters and things. And they're like, oh no, monsters! It's actually really good. All-Star Batman Volume 1. This was released already in hardcover. Now it's in softcover. This was really good. We reviewed some of these if you want to go back and watch it. Extremity. This book is really sweet, and I'm buying this trade today. R.L. Stine wrote Man-Thing. And this has the R.L. Stine feel, so if you're a Goosebumps kid, why aren't you reading this? Suicide Squad, Volume 3. Paul loves this.
I loved it.
Paul loved it.
Totally changed artist.
Cares what Paul thinks, right? We don't watch this for Paul, right? Sweet Tooth by Jeff Lemire. I hear this is the greatest thing ever. I've never read it, but I like Jeff Lemire. He wrote Moon Knight once. Star Wars, Darth Maul. This is the miniseries for Darth Maul. That's all I got on that.
All right. This was a tough week. Not because there wasn't a lot to read. It's just what I read just wasn't great. So, with that being said, we have Kingsman, issue number 1. This is going to be a miniseries, 1 of 6. Now, if you like the art that you're seeing here, don't get used to it because it looks nothing like this on the interior of the book, which is a problem. It's an issue I tend to have with comic books in general. Like, the comic is what brings you into the thing, and when you pick up a comic and the art has nothing to do with the interior, it's very deceiving, and it throws you off, and especially if the art is so subpar compared to the comic. And this is definitely something that suffers with Kingsman. The other part is whenever you're drawing or whenever you're writing in a different dialect or different language, it's very tough to do and sound believable and not cheesy or contrite or just stupid. And Kingsman kind of failed in that. You are dealing with a money grab, more or less, but from Image, but you're dealing with the original Kingsman, not the movie Kingsman that we're all expecting. That's what they're hoping on, that you're going to grab this for that. We are dealing with the original comics, so there's a very different storyline there. Somewhat similar, in my opinion. The movie was actually better than the comic, and unfortunately, this follows the comic, not the movie. So that should tell you what you're going to be expecting on this. It's supposed to be some kind of James Bond-esque plot to destroy the world because he beat Samuel L. Jackson and now it's the new guy. I would say don't. Like I said, it's a money grab. It's not for people that are familiar with anything that has to do with the Kingsman as far as the movie goes, because that's what most people know the Kingsman as. They don't realize it was a comic to begin with. So skip it.
Alright guys, I'm going to do my reviews, and they were all horror books, in a manner of speaking. We've got The Evil Within. Look at that cover. Blood everywhere. This was a very weird book following a detective that is teleporting in between different realms, and he's trying to find a serial killer, and it's almost like he blinks and he's in the next spot. It's so hard to describe. It is a very weird book. If you like weird horror where you don't understand what's going on, but the art is kind of unique in a way that you get weird visuals and it kind of makes you're just not sure what the hell's going on. But if you like horror, this is definitely for you. You will enjoy this.
Next up, I had Scales and Scoundrels, issue number 1. Again, this one was okay. At least the art, the interior art was the same as the exterior art, so at least that happened. However, the exterior art, if you see it, is very detailed. And then once the book goes in, it seems much more rushed and just not as good. And it suffers from similar problems that you had with the Kingsman. When you're writing in a different dialect or different language, things can spiral out of control very quickly, and it kind of does with this. It's supposed to be a might and magic type storyline, and it's very tough to write in that style language and not sound cheesy or just bad. And it wasn't great. You have the main character who may or may not be a dragon, and it's basically running around thinking that he's Aladdin. In fact, actually saying that this is the story of Aladdin if it was done in Might and Magic times, and if Aladdin was a dragon. Skip it.
All right, and my next book is really horrible. It's Fruit Ninja. Jesus Christ, why is there a Fruit Ninja book? Is this like a cartoon now or something? I don't know. But let me tell you something. This book for kids is amazing. I don't know anything about Fruit Ninja other than it's a game and you tap on it or whatever, but this is about 4 ninjas or 5 ninjas. I think at different points there was 5 of them. And they're fighting fruit, and there was a pig, and the pig tries to eat a peach, and then there was a guy with a jetpack, and he just steals jetpacks, and I don't understand what that has to do with anything with fruit. I don't know. But if you're a kid, you're going to love this. It makes no sense and has pretty colors, and there's a pig. Kids love this kind of crap. Kids are dumb.
And last, and at least there was a shining light this week. We have Astonishing X-Men number 3. The exterior art matches the interior art. And the writing has been great with Charles Soule and the art from McGinnis. In my opinion, like I said, this is the best of the flagship series for any of the X titles. So we are still in the Shadow Dimension, still trying to fight off the Shadow King, and this is a very Wolverine, or Old Man Logan rather, intensive book, but it was really good. I liked how the story went. The ending was a little bit confusing. Had to read the last couple pages a couple times to get it, but it's going to be interesting to see how this dovetails into the next issue, and I definitely suggest picking this one up.
And my final book is Made Men, number 1 from Oni Press by Paul Tobin, who I really like. He's a very good writer, and I wasn't sure if I wanted to order this one or not because it's such a weird concept, but now that I've read it, I know it's a weird concept. Basically, it's about a woman who's part of a police SWAT team kind of thing. They all end up getting slaughtered in the very first couple pages, and they all horribly die. It was a hit, and they were taken out. It feels like a 90s movie. This is very like The Crow or something, I don't know. But they're all taken out, and she dies. Except she doesn't. She comes right back, because she's actually part of the Frankenstein bloodline. Then she has to make a decision if she wants to go back into the family ways, and she's never been a part of it. She doesn't understand. She knows it, but she never was partaking in it. Now she has to decide, does she want to bring, she has all the body parts of her dead companions. Is she going to bring them back? Is she going to let them be gone forever? She kind of loses it a little bit, as you do when you see everybody you love horribly murdered. And it's a very dark book. Again, it was horror week for me, especially that Fruit Ninja book. But this is very good. Despite it being kind of like, oh, it's Frankenstein. No, it's really good. And I am curious to see where it goes. I will read number 2.
All right, guys, that's it. Another week down. I hope you found something that you might like. I hope we kind of took you off of something that you might have been planning on spending and don't want to actually get that money out. Make sure you like this video. Make sure you subscribe to our channel. Subscribe to Tim's channel. He can't mess with me because he's on the other side of the store. Like this video, or if you missed last week's video, check this video out. And other stuff. He just threw stuff at me.
Don't tell me I can't do something.
But that's it, guys, and we will see you next week.